Okay.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, we're back. Sorry about the trouble. We had some small technical difficulties. Welcome to the 25th edition of the Wanch and Hong Kong Rocks live stream. And tonight, as always, we have from the Wanch, John Primmer with us.
Hey
And
guys.
rocking his rock and roll hairstyle, and we have the diametrical opposite, somebody who doesn't rock a rock and roll hairstyle, Mr. Steve Bernstein. How do you pronounce it?
Bernstein, good. Thank you. Thanks.
Bern-
Great to be here. Sorry for the delay.
no worries, no worries. We're all used to this. We normally make all the
Yeah.
technical blunders on our side, so it's good to see that we're not the only ones.
Yes. Yes. Get ready for professionalism at its finest, Steve. You're with us tonight, man.
Sounds
Exactly.
great.
Good to have you. Hey, later on in the show, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what you're doing down at the Karma Lounge, man, and get caught up on that scene as well. So we got lots to talk about tonight, Steve. We're going to keep you busy.
I hope so. I'm ready.
So,
yeah.
Since we kept people waiting a little bit, let's dive right into the first song, and that is Dave Colquhoun. And who picked that? I have to pull up my list again. That was you.
Steve.
That was you,
I
Steve.
did. Dave's been at Staple. Unfortunately, Dave passed away, not too long ago, and he's been, just such an inspiration to everybody who's been at the Wanch. He's a staple there. The guy, I never did not see the guy smile. I mean, just live music just made his life, and really so sad about his passing, but his spirit lives on. So I chose that to commemorate him, and he's just an amazing musician.
And what a great start. So tonight, the song that you picked from Dave Colquhoun is from the group Soul Brother 6, and the title is called Some Kind of Wonderful. Yes, that was Dave Colhoun, Some Kind of Wonderful by Soul Brother 6. And tonight we have Steve Bernstein here, joining us also here from Hong Kong.
Hey there.
Tell us a bit about your music endeavors. We know you from Stax. What does Stax stand for? I'm sure there's the names in it, right? Steve and so on.
Yeah, well, that's the story. Is I was on Phil Whalen's show on RTHK, and I was talking about an event we were doing, a charity event, because we do a lot of charity events, or I do a lot of charity events, and it was about 30 seconds to air, and he said, "What's the name of your band?" And I'm like, "Well, we don't really have a name." And he goes, "What do you mean you don't have a name? I got to introduce you. How am I going to introduce you?" So I had a piece of paper and I just wrote Steve, Tatsuya, Aki, Saki, and anyway, it turned out to be Stax.
Okay.
So that's the name.
Very good. Once done, it sticks around, right? Very good.
Yeah.
And what else are you doing? Haven't you been doing these wristband, these armbands out of guitar string?
Yeah, so I'm from New York. I grew up in Brooklyn. I played the mandolin. I started playing, when I was about 16, and I've always been into music, mostly Grateful Dead and Allman Brothers and American folk rock and Southern rock. And I ended up running a media company. I acquired 4 magazines, one Relics, Metal Edge, Metal Maniacs, Global Rhythm. I started doing artist management. I started doing events, and so it was print, digital events, artist management, and then merchandise. And I had this idea to do something with guitar strings, and I met this jewelry designer, and she said, "I make bracelets out of guitar strings for my friends." And I said, "That's a great idea." So I basically set up a company with her literally 5 minutes later, and it's called Wear Your Music. And it's Wear Your Music, WEAR, wearyourmusic.com. And now it's been running over 10, 11 years. Hannah, who runs it, we have 100, there's about 140 artists, I think. We've donated about over $400,000 to charity, because they would give us their used guitar strings, and we make bracelets and sell them back to their fans. So it's called Wear Your Music. And so, I still owe John Keith Richards, because we had a couple, and we haven't gotten any more strings in, but he's still first on the waiting list. And and it's basically just an idea to do something, recycle guitar strings, and people love it. And we had Jimmy Buffett, we've had Carlos Santana, we've had strings from the guys from the Grateful Dead, Bob Weir, and others. We've had Keith Richards, Eric Clapton.
Oh,
And
wow.
basically, these are strings that they've played. And we only take the strings from either the player, the manager, or the guitar tech. So they're verified. It comes with a letter of authenticity. And it's been great. And so Hannah, who started with me, she runs it now. It's her company now full time. And it's great if you know someone, every Ben Harper, Jack Johnson, if you know someone who really loves a certain musician, John Mayer, you can get their guitar string and you give it as a bracelet to, somebody, and we make all different sizes. So it's been pretty fun.
Very cool. Looking forward to see John's guitar strings up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just waiting for my Keith Richards bracelet, man. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, well, you're on the list, and I'm telling you.
It's good to see you, Steve. Man, it's been so long since I've seen you guys, man. It's really great to see you. I've been keeping up with what you guys are doing on social media, and it's all good. Hey, you're still booking the shows at Karma Lounge, right?
Yeah, so Karma Lounge in Lan Kwai Fong, it's right next to Tokyo Joe's. And remember, years ago, you've played there. And so I know you know
Sure
it well.
did.
And we basically took over the top floor of this bar that was just used for almost storage. And we made a nice little acoustic music venue. It fits about 25 people. And did it for a couple of years every Thursday night. And it was really fun. And then I moved to Japan, and it kind of didn't, it kind of died away. And then COVID happened, and I just started it up again just about a month or two ago. And we're not doing it every Thursday. We're doing it once every few weeks, just mainly because I don't have the time to do it every week. And hopefully we'll start doing it more often. But it's all local musicians. It's acoustic electric. 2 or 3 musicians can fit. And there's about 25 people, and it's very chill. People, in 5 minutes, you become friends with everybody. So we actually have one on the 19th, and we have Artman who plays, and John is headlining, not John Primer, another John. And it's just a really fun place to hang out. Again, you leave there with more friends than you came in with, and the music's always pretty good.
Very nice. Sounds
Yeah,
exciting. I definitely have
really
to stop by
enjoyed it.
there.
I really enjoyed it the couple times I played there. I played there once with Phil, and another time I did a show there with Pete Long from the Red Stripes, and we had a good time both times.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, it's really fun, and the people, people are there, and it's not the, Lan Kwai Fong is a little different vibe than the Wanch crowd and some of the other places. And I'll bring along, because I work in finance, I'll bring along a lot of the finance people, and they come away just really, everyone comes away happy, and it's very relaxed. So, it's if people want to be on the list, they can contact, any of us, and we can just put them on the mailing list, let them know when there's a gig. So
very cool. And tell us about the next song that you picked from Blue Beat.
So Blue Beat was, yeah, go ahead, John, sorry.
Guess what? The next one's mine.
Oh, is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Blue
Yes,
Beat?
it is.
Okay.
Yes, and Fukada is online, so he'll enjoy this one.
Oh, I have
This
your
is-
list from
man,
last
this-
week in front of me. That's why.
Yeah. See, professionalism at its
Oops.
finest. Here we go.
Okay.
Exactly.
This is one of my favorite bands, Blue Beat. They used to play a lot of late night shows, and I was really honored when Fukada and Koya-san asked me to do a David Bowie tribute with them when David Bowie passed away, and they're always a fun group of guys to play with. So I was glad to pull this video up. So this is Blue Beat doing Love Me Do by the Beatles. And what I really like about this video is it catches Fukada actually playing harmonica as well as guitar on this one. So I think you'll really enjoy it.
And here we go.
Great.
And this was Blue Beat with Love Me Do at the Fringe Club next to the FCC in Lan Kwai Fong. Yes,
it's great to see. All my friends from Japan. You know, I play with Tatsuya and Saki, and I lived in Japan for 8 years. And actually, when I was able to go before COVID, I would go, and every time I go, I'd play a gig up there. And I saw Koya, and he came by. And there was one time when Saki and Tatsuya were up in Japan with me, and we all played. So it was really fun, really fun. And then Naoki-san's great guitarist, and harmonica, just unbelievable. And it's just a great band. So it's really fun to see.
We have to make a how you say, like a Wanch Exile Club in Tokyo once traveling is open again. I mean, I was there every month for the last 4 years or something like this. So, but I somehow never managed to catch up with anybody. So, definitely need to do that.
Well, there's a great rock and roll bar there called the Bauhaus. And,
yeah,
I've been there with Koi. I've been there, Tatsuya, Zaya, and the group, and I've been going there for almost 30 years. So it's if you go up to Japan, you got to go to the Bauhaus.
Yeah,
and definitely call the boys.
I lived around the corner from there more or less for 2.5 years, so I'm quite familiar with it.
Oh, great.
Anyhow, we have next coming up DJ Star. That's also one of your favorites, Steve.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bands in Hong Kong. I mean, they're just super tight. Phil just had such great stage presence, and he's so fun to watch. Noriko, amazing bass player, and it continues to get better and better. Just always great, but even better now. I watch sometimes. I see her on Instagram or Facebook. Just the quality of the musicianship is so good, and just a really, really tight band, a really fun band to listen to and to watch.
Well, then let's do that. This is DJ Star with Hoochie Coochie Man by Muddy Waters from the Beertopia 2018 festival.
cocktail. I got the Johnny Cockaroo. I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna make all the lovely ladies jump and shout. Then the world gonna know what this all about. You know I'm here. Yeah, everybody knows I'm here. I'm your hoochie coochie man. Yeah, everybody knows I'm here.
DJ Star with Hoochie Coochie Man by Muddy Waters from the Beertopia Festival 2018. And tonight with us, Steve Bernstein. Tell us what's up next. You have a story to tell.
I do. Well, it's Bus Uncle playing White Rabbit, and I like this. First of all, it's a great band. John McClane, Michael Pepper playing together a long time, and just really, really great, fun band. But they're playing White Rabbit, and Jefferson Airplane is, one of my favorite bands. I'm very close friends with Jorma Kaukonen, who went on from Jefferson Airplane to form Hot Tuna, and him and Jack Cassidy. And him and Jack have been playing together for over 50 years. Think about that. 50 years together. So I know Jorma. I even have a T-shirt that says, "If you don't know Jorma, you don't know Jack." And so I was really excited to hear this on the podcast. So let's do it.
And here we go. Very nice. Bus Uncle with White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. And coming up next,
they definitely win the. Sorry, I was saying they definitely win the award for the best band name. Bus Uncle, such a great name.
But it's so when did this happen? Did it happen in 2012 or something like this?
Somewhere around there. The video's still on YouTube.
right?
Yeah, if you don't know what Bus Uncle is, if you watch it, just Google it and go to, read about it. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
It is hysterical.
It really dates people how long they have been. Oh, it's 2006. It's 2006. It's actually in the year when I came here. So, oh wow. Anyhow.
Wow.
So, what's up next?
What's up next is we've got 852 Blue doing an old blues number by Big Mama Thornton, and this is a song called Ball and Chain, and they really do this song justice. So you guys should really enjoy this one.
Very good. Here we go.
All right. Listen to me, baby. I'm gonna tell you something. Listen. Listen. Sitting by my window, Big Mama was sitting down looking at the rain. Hey, yeah. Sitting by my window, baby. Oh, I was looking at the rain.
Turn your phone batteries on. Turn those lights on. Let's get it going. Come on, baby.
You know, something strikes me
That's what I'm
hard.
talking about. Thank you.
Come talk to me like a ball and chain.
Yeah.
I said, oh, my baby, why you wanna do these all mean things to me? I said, oh, my baby, why you wanna do these all mean things to me? Cause you know I love you, baby, but I'm so sick and tired of being misery. Now come on, baby, let your guitar cry, baby. Listen! You know my love for you. Oh, like a ball and chain. Ball and chain, ball and chain, ball and chain, turn me loose.
Oh, yes!
852 Blue with Ball and Chain by Great Mama Thornton.
But it's really great to see Mark Rustin and everyone up there. That Mark has been such a great proponent of live music in Hong Kong. He started What the Folk, which is a music show that's done at Takeout Comedy up on Elgin Street, and on Saturday nights he runs and really good fun vibe. It's a lot of different types of music. It's Irish folk, it's American folk, it's some African music. He's really embraced a lot, and he really runs a really fun evening. So WTF, What the Folk. You can find him on Facebook, but it's worth coming down. It's really fun.
Yeah, I just posted the link to the chat.
Great.
Very good. And next we have one of John's favorites, one of John's favorite foreign artists.
Yes, we do. Yeah, this is Hugh Poole, and he's doing this solo actually, not with the band. And this is an original of Hugh's called "A Million Miles to Nowhere," and I really like it because it really shows off his slide technique and his finger picking technique. Well done on the video, Oliver, by the way, on that. And I think you guys will all enjoy this. And I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but Hugh is now a blues master and he's in the New York Blues Hall of Fame. Ooh. So way to go, fantastic. Hugh, if you're listening. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead and give this a spin, Oliver, and we'll see how everybody likes it.
And that was Hugh Poole with A Million Miles from Home, an original song, as far as I know.
Yep,
And
and it is.
what's up next?
Next, it's Steve.
Oh, the connection is bad. Steve is breaking up until.
Trio. Yeah, oh, sorry. Is it better? So
It seems better now. Go
we
ahead.
got Hey Joe Trio. Hey Joe Trio, Hendrix. And if you haven't heard Hey Joe Trio, they're local band, a bunch of young guys, very local, very, very talented, and really, really fun to listen to. And it's really nice to see a mix of, local musicians playing Hendrix. So let's take a listen.
Hey Joe Trio with Killing Floor by Jimi Hendrix. What a great show.
These guys are amazing, really, really talented, and they're young, so they got a long way to go, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see lots of them around in Hong Kong for the coming years. So, next, the Young Bucks.
So the Young Bucks is mine. It's probably my favorite band, even above mine in Hong Kong. And because I love the type of music they play a lot of folk rock. They just have a new album out called Rookies, which is really great. People should download it on Spotify. And I think they have a beer coming out. Is that right, John? Old Stag or something? Is that
Yeah.
a new beer?
Yeah, on the 17th.
Yeah, I don't think it's theirs, though. I think it's for one of the
Yardley's.
one of the venues.
It's Yardley's
Okay,
with
well,
Aftermath.
Oh, I see. Well, they got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm there. But they're really, really talented, really fun band. They play a lot of great music, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't hear from a lot of other bands in Hong Kong. I used to play with Jimmy Bass, for a long time, but they're really just great musicians, and I love the violin, and just they're really tight, and mandolin, violin, just all the stuff that I like. So why don't we tee that up?
Exactly. So the Young Bucks with Hold My Line. This was the Young Bucks with Hold the Line.
Such a great band. The quality of the musicianship is so good. Chris Ivani, Paul McLean on drums, Chris singing. He's even playing some harmonica there, and plays mandolin as well. Just the quality of musicianship in that band is really good. I could listen to them all day.
Well, that's just it. The quality of musicianship in Hong Kong is really, it's really top notch, and it's a real shame that it doesn't get more recognition than what it does. But the other side of the coin is that the people that back the local scene are really dedicated to the local scene, and myself as not as an owner of the Wanch, but as a musician, I really appreciate that, because man, when you're playing and you've got such enthusiastic crowds that you get in Hong Kong, it's so easy just to feed off that energy. And it's like the old saying in that movie goes, musicians make it rock, but the audience makes it roll. So there you go. So we thank all of you guys that support live music in Hong Kong and everywhere. So, because without your support, all of us musicians are getting drunk and throwing cymbals at each other.
Well, and up next.
It's funny you mentioned that, because the next band we got. Go ahead and do the intro.
Well, we have Crazy Lemon with Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhols.
Yeah, so that's the reason I want to mention it. You said throwing cymbals. So I love the Dandy Warhols. I just love their music. And if you've never seen the documentary called Dig, D-I-G, you have to watch it, because Dig is a documentary about the Dandy Warhols and the Brian Jonestown Massacre. And the Brian Jonestown Massacre basically throw cymbals, have fights on stage. They just can never get it together. And it's it's probably one of my favorite music documentaries is Dig, D-I-G. And this was there was a woman filming a documentary about indie music, and she met the Dandy Warhols and the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and then she stopped filming other bands and just followed them for like 7 years. And it's an amazing movie, Dig, D-I-G. But the Crazy Lemon does a great version of Bohemian Like You. Great band. It's one of my favorite tunes. I really like it. It's got a Rolling Stone vibe when it starts off. It's got that really rock and Rolling Stone vibe, but it's a great tune. And Crazy Lemon's a great band. So looking forward to hearing it.
And I just linked the movie in the chat in case you're interested. So, and here we go with Crazy Lemon, Bohemian Like You. That was Crazy Lemon with Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhols with Angie Komar on the vocals and a lot of other well-known people.
Yeah, Angie's great. She's got a huge stage presence, beautiful voice, always happy up there, and just really, really fun to watch. Great.
Yeah, absolutely. So
you didn't get the right shoes tonight, though, Oliver.
Yeah, exactly. I have a thing where I always challenge her to wear different shoes every time and take photos.
Great
of it.
band. Really loves playing with her. That's funny. No, it's really fun. Really great. Great too.
So Francesco in the chat has recommended the documentary What Drives Us, directed by Dave Grohl, and I also posted the IMDb link to that one in case you're interested. And next up, it's a singer that is very unknown in Hong Kong. I haven't heard of him before. I probably just randomly recorded it on some stage somewhere. And he's called John. He's got a band named after a book by Douglas Adams. You might know Douglas Adams. He has the book is called Don't Panic, and so is the band.
Yep,
I've heard of him. Yeah.
You heard of him? Oh wow, you must have gotten around here in Hong Kong if you heard of this guy.
Yeah, because they're rare. They don't play around very often, man.
No. And anyhow, but
Yeah,
if they do, they come out and
lead
play.
singers- Yes. So let's let it rip. It's for you, Francesco.
Yay!
Separated.
Okay, that was Don't Panic with Come Out and Play Offspring. I think that was permanently scheduled on Saturday night at about 11:45 at the Wanch. That's like a radio schedule. I knew exactly when to hit the recording button to get that song. Exactly. So, and anyhow, next we have actually our wonderful guest from tonight, Steve Bernstein, playing with Stax, and they're playing tonight. We're gonna listen to Franklin's Tower, but if you want to see them live, you can go to the next What the Folk show in September 25th, and in October. What date was it again, Steve? Exactly. So October 2nd at Peel Fresco, you can see Stax live. Great band. Always a bit different sound from what you would hear normally. Really interesting. New instruments, new vibes, you can almost say, from my perspective at least. I find it very unique, very entertaining. And tonight we're going to listen to Grateful Dead by... Franklin's Tower by Grateful Dead.
Your eyes have looked
Yes, and there it repeats because we just slotted it in tonight because Steve was so nice he didn't want to play his own music, so we just slotted it in, and then there are some settings missing. But anyhow,
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Sorry for muting you, Steve, before there. I got fumbled a little bit with all the nervousness of whatever. So, but now we can hopefully hear you again.
I hope so, but I'm used to it, so don't worry.
Yeah, and it's a tradition here on the channel anyhow that it happens every second show or something like this. I mute somebody, but at least this time it was only for a short while. So.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for the playing the song.
Well, you're most welcome. It's really wonderful to always. It was always wonderful to hear you at the Wanch. Anyhow, John, you picked the next song.
Yes, I did. The next one is this band is always a crowd pleaser everywhere they perform. And this is one of my favorite originals of theirs. It's called What's on Your Mind? And this is Shum King Mansion.
Ooh. Chungking Mansion with What's on Your Mind. One of Hong Kong's favorite original bands.
Great band.
Awesome band, definitely. Tonight's been a little bit of an international night. We've had a few international bands on here, and we're gonna have one more. This is one of Hong Kong's favorite bands. Every time they come in from Japan, the Wanch just packs out. Funny story is the very first time they played the Wanch, they came because they were doing a China tour, and they had this one big suitcase full of merchandise. And they go, "Is it okay if we try to sell a little bit of our merchandise? We don't think we can sell much." And I go, "Yeah, go ahead." They sold everything they had. They had to call their management in Tokyo and have them ship them more merchandise because they sold everything at the Wanch that they thought that they would need for the whole tour. It was amazing.
That's awesome. That's great. They're really
And
fun.
then every time they came back, it was funny because the next time they came, they had a suitcase full of stuff. I go, do you have more? And they go, "Oh yeah, the rest of the tour stuff is up in the hotel." So,
And you know what? I just came across one of these T-shirts because when Last Orders had their first gig at Rio a couple of weeks ago with their new singer. I unfortunately don't know the lady's name, but she was wearing a Mutant Monster T-shirt, so I was like, that looks familiar.
That's great.
That's it, exactly.
And anyhow, so this is Mutant Monster with No Way. that was Mutant Monster with the original song No Way. And there, the video is frozen. Don't ask me why. But anyhow, there it goes. So let's take a look what's up this weekend. We have a full program again. It seems that every weekend it's getting more and more packed and more gigs are being announced further down the line. And if we're looking at the Aftermath schedule, we have tonight is a comedy night, but I guess it's a bit too late for that because they started late. But tomorrow they have Two Finger Salute, Streets of Rage, and the Moncock. So it looks like a great punk night. And then on Saturday, they have the Red Stripes and Crazy Lemon, who we just saw.
Oh, fantastic.
And if you then still can stand on Monday night, you can go there for Swing Dance. That sounds nice. Ooh.
Oliver.
Not if you saw me dance, I can tell you that.
Want to see you swing dance, Oliver. That's what I want to see.
I don't think you're going to see that. I can always excuse, my camera is too heavy for me to dance, so.
But I'll be more than glad to hold your camera for you, Oliver.
Yeah, you were how shall I say, you were not careful enough to actually hand me over your guitar, but I'm careful enough not to hand over my camera to other people.
That just means you have more wisdom than I do. That's
Well, anyhow, and then we have Peel Fresco. So on tonight they have Michelle, Skip, and Zoe, what I would assume is jazz. Then on Friday they have the Wires, and on Saturday they have a band called Porter 4. That's probably again jazz. And when we're looking at the Rio schedule, they have on Friday Last Orders, Strange Brew, and again Crazy Lemon. And on Saturday, some good heavy stuff from Meatgasm, and the Sleeves, the Lemon Ones, and Blackjack. And Rule Alive has tomorrow night Funky Tongue, and on Saturday, Helium 3. So some good cover songs there. And Funky Tongue, the bass player, you saw her before playing bass for DJ Star. Since Phil of DJ Star is gone, she has switched over to Funky Tongue. Yes, and that's it for the week. But lots of stuff coming up in the coming days. Watch Facebook, and you're gonna see a lot of things to plan the next 3 weeks, including around the 21st, the Mid-Autumn Festival, with a couple of days off. And we're done for tonight. Thanks, Steve, for entertaining us with your infinite storyline from all over the world about all the musicians you know, and we're all so jealous of.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's really fun to be on, really fun to talk to you guys and see our friends on the chat. And I'll make sure to share the link, and hopefully everyone else will, and keep it up.
Great, and thanks, John.
Oh, man, my pleasure. Oliver, you and I, this is week 25, man.
Woohoo!
Let's see what we can pull out of our hat for next week.
Yeah. Well, we still have a long list of videos to go through, and there are more and more coming in. And in case you didn't hear it, we have a new photographer at Hong Kong Rocks, Mr. Tim Saxon. He's under the pseudonym on Instagram, Anguilo Saxon, and he published a bunch of photos from last week. Please go check it out. And when you see him at Rio or Rule Alive or wherever, say hi from me. And I wish you all a great week. And thank you so much for all our regulars, Keith, Francesco, Helen, Junko, and everybody else, Paul, who is so regular here on our chat. Thank you very much. And
Yes, and thank you once again, Steve, for taking time out of your Thursday night to hang with Oliver and I.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Really fun.
Well, good night, everybody. See you next
Glad
week.
you enjoyed it. Good night, everybody. Have a rocking weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.